Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial on Angular. In the previous tutorial, we have learned that how we can use the skip tests option while we are creating a component to not generate a test file. And in this video, we are going to see other option that won't be generating template file and as well as styles file, that is CSS file. Okay, that we will see in this tutorial. Let's get into it. So this is our apps root folder. Okay, this is our apps root folder, and this from this very location we need to trigger the command to create our component. Copy the path here, copy this folders location and go to the command prompt. Type cd, paste the path that we have just copied and press enter. Still we are not in the path, so just give the name of the drive that in which you have created your app. In my case, that is F drive. Following that, you need to give a colon, then just press enter. So now we are in the project's root folder in the command prompt. From this very location, we need to trigger the command to create a new component. In the previous tutorial, we have seen that the command for creating a component, right? That is ng space g space c space the name of the component, that is third, giving space skip tests. If I give this option, it won't be generating the test file, right? And along with this option, I don't want the template file as well, right? I don't want the template file as well. Just give one hyphen and it inline template. Okay, inline template. We will be using just inline template. So how we can use the inline template, that we will see. So this is the option, right? With this option, we are going to trigger the command to generate our Angular component, a new Angular component, that is with the name third. Okay, ng space g stands for generate, c stands for component, and third is the name of our new component, and skip tests to skip the or to not generate the test file, and -it is to just use inline template and to not generate the template file. Okay, press enter. It will take few seconds to create the files. There will be a folder called third will be created inside the app folder. Inside that third folder, there will be two files created. The first one is CSS file. The second one, it is component file, component.ts file. The whole name of the file will be third.component.ts file. Totally two files will be generating, that is third dot component dot css file, and second file, that is third dot component dot ts file, that is TypeScript file. Totally only two files will be generated, and one message also we will be getting that this entry has been made in the app.module.ts file, that is the main module file. As you can see here, two files has been generated inside the folder third.component.ts, third.component.css. You can just check it out inside the file explorer. Go inside src, go inside app folder. Here you can find the folder third, and there will be only two files has been generated. Template file and a test file has not been generated. That what we have just um, instructed while we are creating the component, right? Right click on this third.component.ts file and open it with any of the simple editor. So now please observe here, we don't have the template URL, right? We don't have the template URL. Instead, we just have template. And also you can observe that it is in the backtick. This whole content has been surrounded with the backtick. Okay. If what is the purpose of this backtick? It is if you are developing the content in more than one line, okay, you should be using this backtick. That is the purpose of this backtick. If your content is extending to more than one line, if your template content, whatever it is there, this is the template content, if it is extending from one line to many line, more than one line, then this backtick is used. Here we have this simple message, that is third works, that is enclosed within a paragraph tag. We will just change this content just in a second. And one more thing we need to observe here, style URLs that has been generated, and we did not given an instruction while we are creating the component to skip this file. So that is why it has been generated. Okay, in the current directory, third.component.css file is available. Now we will generate, or we will create some content here. As of now, we don't need this content. Even if you are keeping this, it doesn't matter. But to keep this file simple, I'm just removing the content that we don't need as of now. And you should also, you can also remove this import entry. Okay. And here as well. If you're keeping this code, it doesn't matter, but as of now, we don't need that. Okay. To just keep the file simple as possible, I'm just removing that. So this class name, I'm using it as a identifier. I'm supplying something like From third component, and um, green end with a semicolon. And please observe that here I'm using the double quote, right? We can also use the single quote, but instead of single quote, I'm using the double quote. Why? Because here, if I use a single quote in the beginning and in the end of this content, the compiler will get confused, right? Here itself, we have this colon, and you know, it is not a proper syntax, and the compiler will get confused, right? So that is why the developers of Angular has made like this. We can also use the single quote, or we can also use the double quote wherever it is necessary. And we just take this identifier, and by using the concept called string interpolation, we are developing some code here within the template. Okay, so it is the inline template. Okay, we are not having the separate template file for this. Inside this main component file, that is third dot component dot ts file itself, we are developing this content for the template. Just save it, and we should go to the css file, right, to make this text as green. So let us go to the third dot component dot css file. So here I'll just say p color colon green, right? That is what we are using. Save it, and I think we are good to go now. So come to the command prompt, and you should trigger the command to um, run our application, and then we can able to see the result. But I forgot one more thing. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I forgot one more thing, that we need to um, use the selector in the main component dot html file, right? So we know that this whole file can be selected by this value, right? That is the name of the selector, app dash third. So go to the main app dot component dot html file. So here I have the entry previously has been made while I'm just experimenting. So just give the whatever we have copied from the app dot component dot sorry third dot component dot ts file, the selector value, right, that we need to paste here, and we need to develop this content in the form of opening and closing tags. right? Save it, and now we are ready to go. We can trigger the command to run this app. Ng serve. Along with this command, I'm going to use the option that is open. What it does is it will open a new tab in our default web browser, and we can able to see that our app is running. Just enter. It will take few seconds to a minute mm, to build and compile this app. Okay guys, our app is successfully built and compiled, and we can able to see the result in a browser. As we are getting this output, that whatever we are expected, we have expected, that is I'm from third component, and I'm green, right? And one more point you need to observe, that in the app.module.ts file, you can able to see the entry for this third component that has been generated recently, and the same has been imported from the particular location, right? So this is the way to use the option that is hyphen it, that is inline template, to use the inline template. And along with that, we have also seen that skip tests. Using that, we can able to avoid the test file that is getting generated automatically, right? We can also we can able to avoid the file that will automatically gets generated while we are creating a component. But automatically there will be 4 files totally generated by the Angular, right? If we don't give any of the options while we are creating the component. So another option is there, that is by using hyphen is, okay? That is to skip, or that is to avoid the file that is being generated automatically while we are creating a component, okay? To use just the inline style, okay? That we will see in the next tutorial. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.